Well, hello. We have all the components in front of me for a great winter, it's a casserole or a hot dish, it's taco squares, which what I love about them is they're pretty much a deconstructed taco that you can make into a salad that you can just have as a main course. It's a really delicious thing, and it's something I had a lot growing up, and it goes together really quick, so you can make it for a family, you can make it for yourself and have leftovers. It just works. The components are simple. You have tortilla shells, you have tomatoes, you have cheese, onions, and meat, and it's all gonna come together with some spices to be delicious, and that's the point. So to start, I wanna brown some meat. I'm just gonna brown hamburger. So I have a skillet going, and we're just gonna put it right on a warm skillet, and you can hear that sear, and as it's on the skillet, we're just gonna kind of break it up and try to brown it slowly. And while it's browning, I wanna add some onion to it. I want that onion to cook with it. Onion, usually we would saute on its own, but honestly, when you go and you're cooking the meat, it's a great time just to add that flavor right to the meat and make it really simple. So instead of having to saute things separately, we don't need the texture of the onion necessarily here, we're just wanting the flavor. So we're gonna add in all this onion, which this is a casserole. We're making a whole 9x13 casserole, so that's why we definitely want some onion to really flavor that meat. Because otherwise, if you don't flavor all along, you're kind of gonna end up with not a lot of flavor in the end. So we're gonna add the onion right to the meat as we're cooking it. And you can see it's just gonna really work in with the meat. It's gonna kind of saute with the juices of the meat because you want all that flavor together. So I'm gonna continue to just break this up, which you can see is gonna make it be better, smaller pieces. You don't want huge chunks of meat. You want this all to be an easy one to eat. And while it's working together, I'm gonna add some salt. Flavoring and seasoning with salt as you go is extremely important. The meat needs the salt, the final dish needs the salt. So we're gonna let this cook and saute slightly, and then we'll start adding more flavor. The meat is almost all browned. You know it's done when there's no pink or red left and it's getting brown. So I wanna get my spices ready to really kind of make this a taco casserole, because it would be really one note without it. So we're gonna start with chili powder. And I like to use just the prepared chili powder, and it's kind of the base flavor for this. It's kind of gonna be the beginning of the overall flavors, and then we're gonna enhance them. It already has some cumin in it, it already has other spices, but I wanna up that and kind of give it even more. So we're gonna add some more cumin, and that's really going to bring that out and give you that beautiful rounded flavor, which I love. We're gonna add some oregano. I think some, oregano is underused, especially in the dried. Dried spices in general are underused. I think we always just hear that they're, oh, you don't want to use dried, but honestly, they have a ton of flavor, and during the winter when I don't have a garden going, they're a great thing to use. And we're gonna add some garlic powder. Garlic powder really is that item that I think we need to bring back. You know, it was used all the time when I was growing up, and it really does. It's dried garlic, and it has tons of flavor. So you can see the spice mixture. It smells amazing. So now we're gonna bring it over, and we're gonna add it to our meat, which you can see is really cooking. We have those juices of the meat that I don't wanna get rid of because I use a fairly lean beef, and I don't want that's all that flavor in there. So to drain that would take away all that flavor. So we're gonna work in these spices so they really absorb some of that liquid, but also kind of cook and bring out their essential oils, which you can instantly I wish you could smell this because it smells amazing. While that's cooking, and the spices now have really bloomed, I wanna add some diced tomatoes. So the diced tomatoes, this is what's gonna create kind of like a sauce. This is gonna create that overall rounded out taco sauce with the meat that's really gonna bind this whole casserole together. So I want this to cook to get that raw tomato flavor out, but also so everything marries. Those spices work into the tomatoes work in with the meat, and it thickens just slightly. I'm gonna let this cook just a little bit, and then we'll bring it all together. The meat mixture has simmered for a few minutes, and in the final minute, I'm gonna add a little bit of flour, and what this is gonna do is just tighten everything up. So as it cooks as a casserole, it isn't too liquidy and just has a little bit of body to it. We're not doing too much. We don't want it to be gloppy, we don't want it to be thick or gluey, but we do want that flour just to cook for about a minute here. And you can see that what it's doing, it just slightly thickens it, not way too much. It's one of those little things of a casserole. You have to think of all those components and how they're gonna come together. Growing up, we had casseroles. I grew up in the 90s. We had casseroles a lot. And honestly, they get a bad name sometimes, but They're really good, they're delicious, and they're a great weeknight item, especially if you're gonna feed a few people. You can see it's cooked. You can see it's just a little bit thickened. So I'm gonna pull this off, let it cool slightly before we assemble. The next step is really assembly, but if you happen to have a gas stove or you have a way, I think it just adds a little bit of flavor. I like to use corn tortillas. These are gonna be kind of like a lasagna, kind of like our noodles is what these are gonna work as. And if you can add a little bit of flavor to them, just to give them a little bit of flame, we're gonna turn on kind of a low, and we're gonna put them on. Gonna let them just kind of sear around the edges, get a little blackened, turn them, do the same thing with all of them. And what that does, see that little bit of color? It just adds a little bit of flavor, a little bit of texture. It's not essential. If you don't have a gas, don't worry about it. You can see it just chars them slightly, adds a little bit of color. And again, it's an optional step. Don't feel like you're stressed out if you can't do that. It just adds a little bit. What we do now, I have my baking dish here. I have it greased, and I put just a very, very, very small amount of this tomato mixture on the bottom. I think it just helps it not stick as bad. Even though it's gonna look like it's nothing, it adds a little bit of just grit between the bottom of the pan and the first layer of the tortilla shell. It's kind of like what I would do, honestly, if I was making a lasagna, which this really does have remnants of. So after that, we're just gonna start layering. And I like to just slightly have them up on the edge. It creates kind of that nice little, just see how it kind of grabs that edge just a little bit. And look at that, we're creating a layer. These are like a noodle, it's perfect. This is what I love. It assembles extremely easy. You could have this ready the morning of or the night before, put it in the fridge, and then just bake it off to get everything warmed through again. So it could even be quicker. Kids could throw it in the oven if you needed to. Look at that, we have one layer, then we're gonna add about half the meat mixture. So this is a hearty meal, but it serves a lot of people. And what I love about it is, like I said, you're gonna see when it's done, we can kind of create our own toppings, make almost haystacks out of it, which if you don't know what a haystack is, welcome to the Midwest. And you can just make it your own, and that's what I love, which is really what tacos are, and I think that's why so many of us love a good taco. I'm gonna spread the meat mixture out as best I can, kind of make it even, kind of get it to the edge, but you can see I made a lip with those shells, so it holds it too, which is what I like. And see how that just makes it perfect. Look at that layer. Then we're gonna add some cheese, because you wanna just make sure to get cheese in between all the layers. You could, of course, use a dairy-free cheese if you wanna watch your dairy. You could use no cheese. It just adds that deliciousness. I mean, let's be honest, it's cheese. No one ever complains when there's cheese. So we're gonna repeat the layer, then we're gonna throw it in the oven. What I like to do when I'm done is make sure I top it with the cheese at the end. So you really get that beautiful kind of finished melting cheese. And you can see, look how quick this is going together. We're gonna put on the rest of our meat. This is what I love. It's dump and go. Like and that's what a casserole should be. A casserole should not be too much work. It shouldn't be too elevated. It should just be delicious, quick, and simple. Look how quick this all goes together. Oh yeah. See, you get all that spread out. Taco square goodness. You get the chunks of tomato, which I like. You get that juice in there, but it's gonna thicken up just slightly. Put on more cheese. Look at this. This is a casserole. Like, I love a good casserole. And I know, depending where you're from, it's called a hot dish. I'm fine with that. To each their own. So this is all fully cooked. It's all pretty much cooked. What we're doing really is just binding it at this point. So we're gonna put it in the oven to make sure it's all warmed through, kind of cooks together, really melds together. The tortillas will soak up some of those juices, some of that flavor. My dog loves to sit in front of the oven because it's warm. So I'm gonna put this right here in the oven. It's preheated. It will bake and we are gonna enjoy. Here it is in all its glory. Who doesn't love a casserole? It just looks comforting and homey. I've let it sit out a few minutes because if you would cut it right away, it just would be too hot. It wouldn't hold together that well. So I'm just gonna cut myself a piece. You can cut as many pieces. What's great is this holds in the fridge really well for a week, so you can make it enjoy it. You could also just have people over, share the wealth of the beauty of this. Look at this. Getting the first piece out, it's like pie. It's never easy, but you just gotta do it. Look at that, look at those layers. What I like is those tortillas in between really kind of soak up. some of that extra liquid, and that's kind of the best part. So how I like to enjoy it is I will have a little bit of lettuce with it. I think it's kind of fun to make it almost like a salad. If I'm gonna have it, probably is gonna be more like a salad. But then also enjoy some of those favorite components you have. So you can do pieces of avocado, get some ripe avocado in there. I mean, for me, if I can think of any meal to have an avocado with, I'll do it. And I'll probably have it with meals that you wouldn't usually do it with, because I just love avocado. Also not sour cream. You could do sour cream. I don't usually do that. I do salsa though, and mine's always the homemade salsa. It's home canned, and it's how I like to have it. And then I also love to use my home canned hot pickled peppers. I'm gonna need some pepper with it because I like that. You can kind of put them on the side so you can enjoy it all. But look at this. You can make a delicious, let me get some salsa with it, because come on, maybe some pepper too. Look at that, I love the goodness. I love how you see pieces of tomato, you see the meat, the tortillas. It's a whole meal, especially with the extras you put with it, and it's hot. It's just good. It's just good. It has the great flavor you want. We up the spices to really make sure they're rounded out and that you taste them with each bite. The tortilla gives it some substance, kind of like a noodle would. And then all these components just really finish it off and make it your own. It makes it what you want. It's kind of each person's personality can be reflected on the plate, and that's what I love. So what do I hope you do with this? I hope you reflect your personality and make this and make it your own, because that's the point. Share this video around, because when you share these videos, it helps me immensely, but it helps everyone see food is doable. If I can do this, you can do it. We can all do this and enjoy some good food, so that's the point. Check my website, wyseguide.com, for this recipe, for so many other recipes. And until then, enjoy some good food. Whether it's comfort food, whatever it is, enjoy it.